Alright, I've done this video way too many times to try to even do it another time, so I'm just going to use this take. Good morning everybody, my name is Taki Hyder, I am 24 years old, and if you are watching this video, then that means you have stumbled upon my YouTube channel. Now I'm starting this YouTube channel because I myself am a very skinny person and I'm trying to go to the gym and gain some muscle. Now I currently weigh 150 pounds and I'm trying to bulk up to 200 pounds. Now, some of my current lifts are, my bench press is 225, I can do that for one. I can overhead press 40 pounds on the dumbbell, and I can squat, I wanna say 135 pounds. Now, as I progress to 200 pounds weight-wise, I want to see these lifts increase exponentially. So I want my bench to be 315, I want my squat to be 405, and I would like my overhead shoulder press to be 70 pounds dumbbells in each hand. And preferably I would like to be able to do weighted pull-ups at the end of this year. Now, why am I starting this YouTube channel? It's because I have been going to the gym for way too long. I've been going for most likely 6 years, and I look like I haven't been a day in my life. I'm incredibly skinny, and the reason for that is because I'm always either half in or I'm not fully committed. And that goes in all parts of like my training. I don't eat properly and I don't train properly, and those two things, they coincide, and it causes me to be stagnant in a lot of my workouts. That's why I'm recording this video. Before I set this tripod down, I was in my car and I was telling myself, either I record this video and I start holding myself accountable in all aspects of my life, including my training, including my sleeping, including my eating, or I walk into that gym behind me and I cancel my membership and I just never speak of this ever again. If you're watching this video, it means that I chose to take a shot, and maybe along the lines of this journey, I will be able to get better at public speaking, I can get better at editing, and I can hopefully inspire somebody, a young kid like myself that was insecure about like working out and taking his health seriously, into, you know, like eating properly and training. If I can inspire anybody to do that, I've won. I don't need anything else. So it all starts with holding myself accountable, and that's what this video is. So today, I'm like so bad at speaking. So today I'm doing legs, and I'm going to be documenting this whole journey, and I would like to use this YouTube channel as like a sanctuary for advice. So if there's a lift that I'm doing and the form isn't proper, then I would love if somebody could comment down below and correct it. If I'm eating something and it may not be the best for bulking or whatever, then I would love the advice. You know, I'm not too proud to admit that I have shortcomings when it comes to both of those matters. So yeah, well, I'm gonna head in the gym, and hopefully we can make something happen out of this. I got a good feeling, so we'll see. Alright, so this is the voiceover section part of the video. Now this is just me starting off my leg workout with leg press. I start off with 1 plate, trying to warm up to my working set of 4 plates. So this is what you guys are going to see in these clips. Now I'm trying to get more comfortable just speaking to the camera directly as opposed to doing voiceovers. It's just a little difficult for me at the beginning, but I'll ease my way into it, and hopefully I won't have to do too many voiceovers in the future. So yeah, usually I either do leg press or squat to start off my leg workouts. Just unfortunately, the hack squat machine was being taken, so I just decided to go for the leg press. But I'm going to experiment using other machines just to see what works best in my routine, and also just switching it up so I'm not stagnant on just like the same machine over and over again. So today will be leg press, tomorrow might be hack squat or pendulum squat or whatever the case may be. But I also thought about doing my videos in like one take. As you guys can see, there's like some editing here where I cut out my rest times in between sets, and the reason for that is just because I thought the video would just be too long if I included the parts where I'm resting, and sometimes, especially after like I get into like the really heavy weight, my working weight, the rest times are like 3 minutes in between. 3 to 5 minutes, so I just thought that was really long. So I just thought it would be better in terms of like being concise if I had just cut out that part of the video. But who knows? It's just something I'm trying out, and in the future I might just do it in one take so you guys can see how long I'm resting for, and possibly I can hold myself accountable in terms of either taking a shorter rest time or whatever the case may be. But just for now, just in terms of conciseness, I was cutting all of it out. So yeah, this is me doing I think this is 2 plates on each side. Wasn't feeling too bad at this point, you know, just warming up. I was getting the blood flow in the legs just ready. But as you guys can see, or as you guys will see, when I get to like 4 plates, I just absolutely couldn't take anymore. It was hell on earth. And it's weird because, you know, I used to do the hack squat and then go into leg press right after, and I only realized recently that like only one of those is like required as like the major leg pressing movement, and that incorporating both in your workout was just a faster way to like get fatigued and, you know, not put attention to like other leg workouts like, you know, hamstring curls or like calves. So what I'm doing now is I'm just doing one or the other instead of doing both, and we're gonna see how that works. Hopefully it's a good idea, but we shall see. And another thing is too, like, I don't know if the camera picks it up because it's like kind of far away, but I was sweating like a dog. Like, it was ridiculous. I was just, my face was like leaking almost. And the worst part is I forgot my water bottle in the change room because I was so worried about not having all my camera equipment that I totally forgot to bring my water bottle. So I was just trying to like deal with it. And I think eventually like I get up to use like the water fountain, but it was just so much, it was just such an inconvenience to not have my water bottle. I mean, I could have went back to the change room and grabbed it, but I had the whole setup going, so I just didn't even want to like do that. But yeah, 4 plates on the leg press. Not super impressive, but it's something I've always dabbled in between 3 plates on each side or 4 plates. But this workout specifically, like, I just remember, I don't know if it was because I just hadn't like had the biggest meal beforehand or what the case was. I don't know if I was tired, but the 4 plates on each side were just absolutely shattering me. Like, I was so tired. You can probably see it on my face. It's just like I'm contemplating life, and horrible. But yeah, it wasn't bad. I was just sweating and I was struggling, but we made it through somehow. Now I think this is what am I doing here? Oh, I remember this. So I was slowly taking off a plate at a time because after my last set of doing 4 plates, I was genuinely seeing stars. I don't know what it was, but that weight just felt super heavy. And also because like I was on camera, I was trying to like complete as many reps as I could just so I could like hold myself accountable and like, you know, not tap out too early. So there were times where like I thought I was done for, but then I cranked out 2 more reps, and those 2 reps would just make the world of a difference because I was getting up and I could barely even walk. So you guys can see I'm like taking the plates off so slowly, just in hopes that like some big dude would come over and be like, hey, I'll take that machine from you, and you can leave the weight on, because unracking this weight felt like more of a workout than anything because my legs were just so fried. So right here, I moved on to what is this called? This is called leg extensions, I think. So I started off with the warm up set of 115 pounds on the machine, and I was working up to my working set of 145 pounds. So I do one set of 115, and then I'll do one set of 130, and then I will do 3 sets of my working weight, which is 145 pounds. I think I did 2 sets of 145 pounds, and then I switched it over to 160 just because I was feeling, I just wanted to go the extra mile. But I'm not gonna lie, at this point, like, my legs were absolute toast. You can see me kind of just like, picking at my legs because they were just in so much pain. Doing 2 quad exercises back to back is, I've always heard, like, that's what you're supposed to do. But what I used to do is I used to, do the squat or the leg press, and then I would do hamstring curls before I would do leg extensions because I just wanted to give my quads a little bit of a break. But I feel like building up all that, like, lactic acid back to back would probably be, perhaps it would be better for my quad growth, instead of giving them a break. That's just my mentality, but it definitely was catching up to me because I was taking extremely long rests in between each set. And I realized, like, I was at the gym for, like, at the end of this workout, the whole workout was like an hour long, and it was only like 4 workouts. So I definitely need to watch my rest time. I need to perhaps rest a little less, because sometimes I'll just be watching, like, the TV, and I'll be looking at the news or the World Cup overview or whatever, and I'll just, like, get lost in the time, and then I'll realize, like, oh my god, it's been like 5 minutes since I did my last set. And I need to be more focused on that part of my training, absolutely. But this is just typically, like, what the weight is that I do. I've been doing this weight for, like, a really long time, and hopefully, like, within the next few leg workouts, I'll add a 5 pound here, and then I might go up, like, a stack or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. But this is kind of just like a starting point of where my training is. So yeah, this is just a leg extension machine. And I'm just finishing up here before I move on. Yeah, I was just absolute toast at this point. Here's me just cleaning the machine, of course, because I sweat up a storm and I felt bad for the next person that had to use it. So I just figured I might as well just clean it so nobody has to feel my, like, sweaty ass hands on the machine if they wanted to, like, get on it or whatever. Alright, so that's done. So this is me doing the hamstring curls. I do them seated as opposed to the one where you're face down, just because I feel like a better stretch, when doing them seated. And my warm-up weight for this is a little bit confusing because I don't warm up super light like I do with some of my other lifts. I actually warmed up with 100 pounds, and my working set is actually 115. So I cut one set short just because I'm not working up from a lower point. My working set is just one notch above my warm-up set. So as you guys can see, I'm trying really hard to, like, control the eccentric part of the movement. But as I put up the weight and I start to get more fatigued, you can see the weight will really start to, like, take a toll on me, and I'll actually lose control a lot of the times. Now, I don't know if the solution to that is just to, like, lower the weight and perhaps just control it a little bit more, or just to I have no idea. But it definitely got a little bit sloppy around the end here. And you can just see from my face that, like, my goodness, I'm, like, sweating buckets out here. It was absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if anybody here goes to Good Life, but just the AC is, like, absolutely horrible at the location I go to. It's like you're in a sauna over there. But it is what it is. So this is me just putting up a fight. I love doing hamstring curls. Hamstrings are probably like my favorite thing to hit in all of the leg workouts. And now I will eventually transition over to doing RDLs and other hamstring movements, just to see what else is out there and what else I can do. But just for today's workout, I just stuck with what I knew, which was the seated leg curls. Yeah, I think this is the point where like I totally start losing my form. I'm not going super like slow when bringing the weight down. I was kind of just like yanking it, and I'm not super proud of that, because I feel like if I controlled it more, of course, obviously, you're gonna feel it more in your hamstrings, and you're gonna recruit more muscle fibers, as opposed to like just slamming the weight down with no control. So I'm happy I recorded that, and that's definitely something I'm gonna have to work on in the future, is to not be so, aggressive with the weights. But this is my last set, and at this point, it's just like my hamstrings are just toast. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I was just looking like forward to like getting done with this leg workout, because I was just aching in pain. Also, too, on a side note, before I had worked out my pre-workout meal, I had 4 slices of pizza and a protein bar, and then a Prime protein shake. So that's roughly around like 750 to 800 calories, maybe a little more, maybe closer to like 900 actually. But that was my pre-workout meal, and now this is just me on the calf raises. Now I started this set with 90 pounds, and I know that seems like super light for a lot of people, but calves for me are like one of my biggest like weaknesses. I have been stagnant when it comes to calf raises, and honestly, I've been neglecting calf raises because I've always chalked it up just to being genetics. But if you were ever to see my calves, and not that anyone would, because I always wear like sweatpants and stuff, I don't ever wear shorts, but I have ridiculously small calves. Like, they're ridiculous, and I've always neglected them. So I understand that like calves mainly may be a genetic thing, but I feel like neglecting them isn't as it's not a solution. I still have to hit them, I still have to incorporate them. So that's what I was doing here. So after I do my calf set, I try to do 10 more just like standing calf raises, just because you're on your toes all the time, and your calves, they need to see like that extra movement outside of just doing your normal workouts, just to get the extra burn, the extra pump. It's something that my friend recommended me doing a long time ago, and I just incorporated it, and it's been working pretty good, just in terms of like feeling that extra burn in the calves. So I think this is the point where I go up to 110 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. And at this point, like, I feel like I wasn't going low enough when it came to the calf raises. Also, frankly, because like I was just so like done. I was so fatigued and dehydrated and whatnot at this point in my workouts, so I was kind of just rushing and doing things that I probably shouldn't have done. But I'm trying my best to like complete this set and this workout to the best of my ability. So I was doing 110 on these sets to come, and I have a feeling like, watching it back now, I just feel like I wasn't going low enough, like in terms of like I was doing like half range of motion, and that's definitely something I got to work on as well. Just going lower with my calf raises, really feeling that stretch, that contraction, and then exploding up and holding that flex position before going back down, instead of just like jumping up and down on my tippy toes. It's probably not the best thing for muscle growth.
So yeah, it's definitely something I got to improve on. Now I go to the gym typically around like 6:30, 7 a.m. I love it because it's usually dead and you don't have to worry about like waiting on too many machines. And no, it's good. It's good. You know, you work out. For a lot of people, it's at the beginning of their day, but because I work the night shift, I mean, I didn't work this day, but I try to keep the same night shift schedule on my days off, just so when I'm back at work, it's not like my body's in shock from resetting my sleeping schedule. But I'm typically ending my days with a workout, and I think that's the reason maybe why I was so fatigued is because usually I'm ending my day working out after having like I want to say like 3 or 4 meals in me, whereas here I was just having the two, the pizza and the prime and the protein bar. So perhaps that might have been a factor into why I was being so fatigued. But yeah, this is just me finishing up the workout. This was my last set, and I couldn't have been happier. I was like dancing with joy because I was just ready to get out of the gym and start the eating part of my day. So I was already 1,000 calories in, or 900 to 1,000 calories into the day, but I still had to eat 2,000 more. So that'll transition over into the next part of the video. Unfortunately, like I wasn't able to record everything that I was eating. I recorded some of it, but it was just difficult because I put all these clips into my laptop, so I can edit them. And after a while, like if I'm eating something at the end of the day, I won't be able to like get it in. So yeah, it's difficult.
Okay, so the workout section of the video is done. It is incredibly bright outside. I probably should have put like an ND filter on this camera, but I didn't. Two thoughts before I move on to the next section of this video, which is mostly going to be the eating. First thought is I need to get a bit more comfortable speaking to the camera as I'm doing my workouts. I was thinking about doing like voiceovers on top of like the workout footage, but I felt like that wasn't as personal as opposed to like, you know, just talking to the camera as I'm doing the workouts and whatnot. So that's something I need to improve on. And second of all, I track all of my calories and stuff in this app called LifeSum. So currently I eat around like, I want to say 2,500 calories a day. Oh my God, there's a wasp right here. Holy shit, there's a wasp. Okay. Okay. I eat 2,500 calories a day, and I need to be eating roughly 3,600 to 4,000 calories in order for me to gain weight at a good pace. So I'll be tracking all of these calories on LifeSum, and I will be posting pictures of the food and stuff when I can do it. Now, eating food on video is a little bit difficult for me just because I'm not a very pretty eater. I can't make it look pretty. I'm not like a mukbanger or anything, but I also work the night shift, and I don't want to be that guy that's like recording himself eating in the lunchroom. So I thought it would be better if like for some parts of the videos I record the food and then kind of do like a quick edit where, you know, I do like a snap and then the food is done to like symbolize the fact that I ate it or whatever. I know that's not as good as like recording myself actually eating the food, but I just feel like I don't want to be that dude that's like recording himself eating in the lunchroom while other people are trying to eat. I don't want to make my coworkers feel uncomfortable, and plus I don't even know if we're allowed to like record ourselves in the lunchroom at work. I know we are in the gym, but like I don't know if at work it's different. Anyways, yeah, those are my two parting thoughts. If you're still watching this video, thank you. I promise the videos are only going to get better from here because I'll get better at speaking and I'll hopefully be bigger. But let's go home and move on to the eating part of the video.
Alright, so I actually messed up because there was a meal I had before I ate this pizza, which was a mass gainer that I forgot to record. It totally slipped my mind. But having the mass gainer and then these 4 slices of pizza with some orange juice, and then along with these 6 pieces of tempura shrimp with some ketchup, had brought my total calories for the day up to 3,400, I want to say. And that puts me at a 100 calorie surplus for my bulk. Unfortunately, I wanted to eat more, but it was just really rough getting this video edited and understanding like the tools that I need to like create a concise, understandable video for myself. So the eating's only going to get better, and I want to get better at recording a lot more of my meals just so I can have a visual on what I'm eating and what's fueling my workouts, and I can get some advice on the proper nutrition for my meals. Anyways, that was the video. This was day 1 of my Road to 200 Pounds series. Tomorrow is going to be back and chest, either back and chest or chest, shoulders, and triceps, either one. But I will be recording that, and I will be posting it hopefully tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, have a good day.